people of the internet, I am in a fantastic mood today because we got the last box that I've been waiting for a piece of the RX-7 that I've had on order for 4 months. One part has caused me a lot of headache. Just so many things just didn't line up, and there were so many loops you had to jump through to try and get this one piece, and for the price that I got and everything else as well, it was just nuts. But if you guys all know, this right here is my beautiful 2000 model Series 8 RX-7 RS. Now I'm gonna bore you with all the stats before we get into this because I kind of want this to be like a cool big video that a lot of you guys are gonna come back to over the next couple of years if you guys have RX-7. So this right here is a 13B Bridgeport. It has just been rebuilt. Has a front mains cooler kit, has an upgraded radiator and fans and everything else as well. Apart from that, it's pretty much stock. We have some T37s on it with a vented bonnet, Angry Panda factory side skirts, we tinted the windows, we've done a battery relocation, and I'm pretty sure that's it. There's not really too much. Oh, and it's got a set of MCA purples coilovers. Apart from that, this thing is basically stock. It still utilizes the twin turbos that it came with factory. I'm estimating that it's probably making around about 330 butt wheel horsepower. So yeah, but you guys all know that I have not driven this car and you guys have barely seen it running. And I have never driven this car without stressing about one thing, and that is overheating. Ever since we've had this car, we've had horrible overheating issues. These cars, the usable heat range is between, normally with a Bridgeport, they run a little bit hotter, but between 85 and 88 degrees. This car right here will happily sit between 85 and 88 for around about 10 minutes or so once it's fully up to temp. As soon as it starts heat soaking, this thing just starts climbing in temp and you can't get it back down. No matter whether you're on the highway, no matter whether you're doing whatever. So I'll show you guys a few things that I've done first of all to try and combat this heating issue. Right, so first of all, we decided to go with the Angry Panda factory carbon fiber hood. So this hood right here, even though it is wrapped in carbon fiber at the moment, and it is actually carbon fiber, it is yellow underneath. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that, but yeah, this carbon fiber hood has helped immensely. It has definitely cooled the car down a whole lot, especially in traffic. You can see just how much heat is escaping through this bonnet, and I'm very, very happy with the fitment and everything else as well. So yeah, this was definitely a must, and it definitely helped, and we're definitely gonna need it for the thing that I have sitting in the box over there. The next thing we did was making a cooling panel. Now this was my very first fab attempt, so please don't judge. So I made this wrinkle black cooling panel. Originally, everything on top here was left open and air was just so easily escaping over the top, down underneath. So we decided to make up this little tiny top plate here. It actually fits around really well, but I went a little bit overboard with the pinch weld. It's fairly big. And also there's some really rough edges on it. When this thing wasn't painted black, I originally thought I was buying aluminium. I bought steel. I'm stupid. So yeah, so we just wanted to see if this did anything. It definitely did something, but not enough to combat the overheating. The next thing I did was I built this under tray scoop thingy. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see that, but yeah, we made that to see if that was going to help with sort of drawing any air up into the radiator. Once again, it helped a little bit. We only got an extra like minute of runtime before it started overheating. So now the very next thing was definitely one of the biggest things that I completely missed when I was actually doing all this. And one of you guys actually pointed out in the comments that my water pump pulley was actually slipping on the belt. So I didn't actually realize this was an issue at all because I hadn't read up on any of the forums. Everyone just said go V-mount, go V-mount, go V-mount. But of course I wanted to do everything just to see whether the V-mount was going to work or not, because obviously I didn't want to just go straight up with the V-mount and then still have issues. It just would have killed me. So I ended up going out and buying a Pack Performance oversized water pump pulley. So that was in there, everything's all tightened up nicely, and it worked amazingly. We definitely got probably the biggest difference out of that one pulley alone. It doesn't slip anymore. It has like a textured sort of outside bit, plus it's a lot bigger. So with the high revs and everything, it spins slower and you get a more constant flow of coolant through the whole car. It doesn't slip, and yeah, it doesn't cavitate, if that's the right word. Yeah, you guys kind of get me. So that is where we are left. What do we do next to combat this overheating issue, and why is it still overheating? Well, the biggest thing is the fact that we have a front mount intercooler on this car. Being the RS version, this does have the twin oil coolers in the front. So before I go anything crazy like upgrading those radiators, we're going to be getting rid of the front mount intercooler setup. And it would have been a great setup for if I was running this on cooler days in the middle of winter, but I want to run this on hot days. I want to take it out to the track. I want to do a whole bunch of stuff with the car. So we're going to be completely getting rid of the front mount intercooler setup. The stock twins with the Bridgeport produces a lot of gas and probably bottlenecks those twins a lot. So if this doesn't work, then we're probably going to go to a big single as well. But yeah, let's just fingers crossed. Let me quickly show you what we got. Okay guys, so behind me we have a complete Greddy V-mount kit. This right here, this V-mount kit is like the most baller V-mount kit you can possibly get for this RX-7. I've been telling you guys for a while now, I really don't want to cut corners with this build. That's why I've waited so long to get, you know, the wheels. And we have obviously other stuff on order from Japan as well at the moment, some aesthetic-wise stuff. Gretty is an absolutely incredible brand, and although I'm not working with them, like I'm not sponsored by them whatsoever, I paid full price for this kit. And even full price was like Jesse Streeter price. So it was a little bit cheaper than what Right Hand Drive Japan and Nangun and all those guys had it for. There was a few kits out there. There was like Vinny Fab, HKS also do a kit. However, there was not many kits that actually utilized aircon. Now this kit right here, I made sure to get the kit that has everything from the radiator to the intercooler. It also has all the bracketry and all the lines and extensions to utilize aircon as well. So we're still going to be running aircon in the RX-7, although we probably won't be able to use it that much. But yeah, I haven't actually looked in these boxes yet. I've literally just opened them up and had a look at one part inside of them. I really wanted my reaction to be completely genuine. There are so many parts in this. I'm going to be blown away. Plus, I also get a kick out of watching YouTubers open up very expensive parts. And trust me guys, this was very expensive. For a small YouTuber like me, this was more than a month's or almost 2 months YouTube wage. So, I like my RX-7. Right, yeah, so we're just going to jump straight into it. First box, this right here I believe is the radiator. So we have a few little grub screws on top here. I kind of want to bring it down there so you guys can see when I'm opening it. We can kind of enjoy the experience together. There you go, you guys can kind of see now. Rightio, so first box, we have a few little grub screws. This right here is the last box that I got today, and it's, oh my god. Okay, I knew they were packing peanuts. I didn't realize there were this many. I'm gonna try and keep this nice. So, first of all, we have the Greddy radiator for the RX-7. This already looks not as thick as the one that's currently in my car, but I could imagine being a non-eBay spec radiator, it's actually going to work. Whew. All right, I kind of want to open it up. Let's do some stuff. Surely I have a knife. I don't know whether I have a knife. Okay, Zach has a knife. Zach, undo. This is like, I don't even want to touch it. All right, Zach, get the blade away from nice parts. This is too nice for me. Okay. Oh my. This is the most beautiful thing I have ever got for one of my cars. Why is there? Oh my god. There you go guys, a Greddy V-mount radiator. You guys can kind of see the little Greddy logo down there. All of these welds look like they've been done by hand, which is amazing. But yeah, you can see there's like a few little fins we got to straighten out, but I could imagine they just do that in Japan and stuff. But yeah, that's cool. So it'll kind of sit at like a 45 like this in the car. It's very cool. I don't want to scratch this. I have a feeling that there's still going to be stuff in here that I cannot see. Okay, without making a mess, let's move on to box 2. I actually haven't opened this one at all, so you guys are seeing this firsthand. I have No idea. Razor blade. It's not sharp at all. Ooh, alright. So this looks like it is a little bit of ducting. Let's have a quick look at this. Oh my god, this is amazing. So yes, it looks as though this is all the ducting. So it comes with like this like packaging shield on it too, which is pretty cool so they don't scratch it up. Even though the outside is already scratched. But it'll all polish it out. But it's actually a lot lighter than I thought. It's actually aluminium, not steel, which is quite interesting. I'm not used to working with this. Trying to be super careful not to break anything. Not to bend anything. Oh god. I've got the first piece of intercooler piping. Whoop, there was packaging for a minute. Oh, it's so nice. So one thing I actually have no idea whether I got with this kit was whether I got black or blue intercooler piping. Like silicon couplers and stuff. I really wanted black, so fingers crossed I got black. Oh, are these instructions? Oh no, they're all in Japanese. Oh no. Okay, that's alright. I'll figure that out. Alright, what else we got? We have a box. What does box do? Box. Alrighty, sorry guys, the camera did die. However, I didn't get any of the parts out. So, with this kit, I went all out. So like getting everything from like both the radiator and intercooler, as well as being able to utilize AC, as well as getting like the throttle body elbow and everything. I got every option for this kit to fit the facelift RX-7, which is the 99 spec. So they're a little bit different. There's like 7 or 8 different variations of kits, whether you don't want the radiator, whether you don't want the intercooler, if you don't want AC, if you don't want the throttle body elbow. I got everything, which is why I had to wait so long and probably why I spent so much on it. So yes, I have this right here as well, which is the Greddy throttle body elbow. So this right here, I'm not entirely sure whether it needs to be retuned to have this on it. If it does need to be retuned to have this on it, I probably won't put this on for now. But I'm thinking that it's completely fine. As long as the boost is the same, I can just watch it, so that's fine. I probably will have to polish this up as well, because they look like they've done a really terrible job at doing that. That's okay. Looks like we're getting to the fun stuff, but before I pull that out, we'll just have a look in here. We've got 2 more bits of piping there. Rightio. I think we're up to the fun bit. This is gonna make a mess. Oh no! So this right here is the Gretty V-mount intercooler. This is thick. This is very thick. Give me a knife. Need to cut down on this thickness. Rightio. Oh my. That is so thick. Look at that. I was gonna say, I'm glad they closed up both ends of this, otherwise I did not want to be fishing out packing peanuts from the intercooler. Wow. Oh, they're all stuck to it. Alright guys, so this is the second biggest piece of the puzzle. Right here we have the Greddy V-mount intercooler. So this right here, it's going to sit on top of the engine. It looks flawless. So it's going to sit in the engine most likely like that right there. So you look straight down onto it. Oh my god. Looks so good. No, I want to be super careful with this because I don't want to bend any fins. Okay, so I think that's box number 2 done and dusted. Oh, no, don't worry. More intercooler piping. This looks like it goes onto turbo number 1 or 2. Very cool. There's a lot of Gretty branding all over this. It's pretty cool. So, box number 2 is done. Rightio, box number 3. Once again, I have had a little look in this. So, alright, so it looks as though this could be power steering. So I believe that's all they do for power steering cooling, is they just literally have a few little lines, and that's pretty cool. Also, we've got some more intercooler piping there as well. I don't know how I'm going to dispose of these packing peanuts. They are everywhere. Alright, so what else do we have? We have, looks like an intake, because it has the little bits for the blow-off valve. Right, this looks like the second intake for the back turbo. Alright, so I'm guessing these are going to be my pod filters. So these right here are Greddy pod filters, nothing crazy. Where do I let you go? I'll angle you guys down a little bit more so you can see this last box. So these look like the pod filters. Quickly open her up, let's have a little look-see. I do not want to put my blade down in the packing peanuts. No, they're not. They are little tiny, oh, okay, these are turbo elbows. All my hose clamps. Very cool. This one here might be pod filters. Oh yeah, different box. Ah yes, there we go. Oh my god, we got yellow pod filters. Oh god. I mean, it's JDM as hell, but oh god. These are very interesting. I can't say that I dig the color, at least, or the design, or anything about these filters. I'll probably get some K&M ones, but sick, epic. I did want to try and get the black one, like the all black, the nice filters. Doesn't look like we did, unfortunately. Is that everything? Is that everything that we need? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to empty out all the boxes into one. That way we have one big packed peanut box and I can double check. Alrighty guys, so this is everything that the Gretty V-mount comes with. So if you guys can see, we'll name it for two really big things. First off, you obviously have the radiator and you have the intercooler as well. So apart from that, you have a whole lot of ducting as well. So all the ducting, obviously when it goes through the front, you don't want it to go around it. Kind of defeats the whole purpose. You have some power steering coolers. You also have intercooler piping, two horribly yellow filters. We also have this Greddy throttle body elbow. Some looks like a coolant hose. So then coming over here we have, I'm not quite sure exactly what this does just yet, but some garden hose, some foam for ducting, all of your mounting hardware, all nice and gloss black. Over there is a turbo elbow. In here we also have another turbo elbow, but it's in silicon. What else do we have in here? We have a few other little silicon bits, plus all the hose clamps we need. One intake, two intakes, all of the silicon joiners that we are going to need. And that is everything that comes in the V-mount kit. This is going to be a very long process to get all this on the car. First of all, we have to basically rip off everything on the front, but this is going to be a very, very, very fun kit. I can't wait to do it on YouTube and show you guys how to. This is one of the most common kits you can get for the RX-7. Basically, everyone tells you to go Greddy. Basically, everyone on the forums has told me to go Greddy. I'm so glad that I actually lashed out, got one of the more expensive kits. Looks as though that, right? I swear to God, that's not bent. It's just weird and funky. Look, you can see that it's like not bent. It's just really weird. I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely going to try and straighten all these out. It's going to be a very long process to make sure these are all good, but yeah. But yes, I am so very, very stoked on this. I'm so glad I went Greddy. This is so good. So while searching out the kit, I was looking on installation videos because as you guys probably all do with car parts and everything else as well, you buy the part and then you research it for God knows how long, look up all the installation videos and everything. The only installation video that's pretty much out there is by Sunny, and he shows absolutely none of it whatsoever apart from kittens and stuff like that in this video. I'm not quite sure, but he did a really entertaining job. As for me trying to learn how to actually do this kit, I cannot figure it out for the life of me on his video. So we're going to go and translate all the instructions. I actually think there's a forum post that actually has all the instructions for this translated into English, so we're going to print that off at work. But yeah, I'm so stoked. This kit I've been waiting for so long now, and I'm so happy it's finally here. No, not only that as well, this kit also works with a few different fan variations, but one of the more common ones is to go with a set of stock fans. Now, I actually picked up these stock fans right here a couple of months back. As far as I'm aware, they still work, and apparently these are a little bit better than the ones I currently have on the car. So we're going to be converting back to stock fans. I'm pretty sure these ones here are Mulliner, I don't know, starts with an M, but they don't have a very high CFM. So we're going to be getting rid of all of them, getting rid of the whole front end. Kind of really want to do it this afternoon. Nah. I'll wait till the weekend. Alrighty guys, so I've decided that this long weekend I'm not having anyone over, I'm not doing anything. I'm literally just going to be relaxing and working on this car over the weekend. So yeah, but because it's been kind of boring video just opening up car parts, I've put everything away, everything over the back, and we're just going to pull the front bar off tonight. That way I can sort of take some photos, advertise it, and also sell all this stuff because I'm not going to need it anymore. So anyway, let's go quickly grab some tools and we'll get to work with taking off the front bar. One of the best things about this kit is the fact that I can finally say goodbye to my horrible, disgusting mount thing tab that I made up. This is all going to the bin pretty much. Sick. So that's what it was all like beforehand as well. But that looks pretty good. I'm pretty stoked with that. Very cool. So now I guess I can show you guys why a front mount isn't exactly the greatest idea when it comes to trying to cool down your RX-7. Front mounts do look great and they do serve their purpose. However, with this setup right here, it is definitely not ideal to run a front mount. From factory, the radiator sits furthermost out of all of the cooling things to do with the RX-7. From factory, they have a small, well yeah, that sort of size there. You guys can see the tiny little radiator. So yeah, from factory they have a tiny little radiator that sits just behind here. Then I believe you have the condenser, and then all the condenser sits just in front. You have a tiny little intercooler there, and then you have an airbox. It's fairly small, but when you go with the front mount intercooler, especially something with you know, not as much cut out of the front there as possible, you're kind of like prioritizing your IATs, you're prioritizing the intercooler obviously being very big does block up a lot of the airflow towards the radiator. So when a lot of people go front mount, they take off the bottom panel because in a way that sort of is going to scoop up air, but air is going to take the path of least resistance. And in my case, because the radiator is very ever so slightly angled back and sitting behind the condenser at the same time as well, I could imagine that the air was probably passing through that right there and then going to the condenser, either slowing down too much or just going straight down and underneath the car. So that's why I thought the cooling panel on the bottom might work. It didn't work, unfortunately. So yeah, this is why we're going to get rid of the entire setup. So it's going to be very, very cool. One thing I will have to work out though is exactly how these fans are run. I'm not entirely sure exactly how they've been wired up. But I will work that out, that's no worries at all. Because yes, I am going to be putting the stock fans back on it for now. But yeah, I am very, very stoked. Actually, to be honest, these fans will probably work really well. But the Greddy V-mount kit, I'm liking the fact that they have a factory shroud on it. And that's what they use in all of the cars with the Greddy V-mount anyway, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. But yeah, you guys can kind of see just how chunky this radiator is. Unfortunately, it just didn't hold up to what we wanted to do, whether it's just a bad design or anything, I'm not entirely sure. But yes, very cool. Alright, yeah guys, so I think that right there is going to conclude today's video. Massive thank you to everyone for watching. The next couple of videos I'm going to be going very in depth to try and make a how-to on how to install this Greddy V-mount kit. It is very, very in depth. I'm just going to leave it here for now. I know I have to pull off the radiator, intercooler, drain all the coolant and everything else as well, so that's probably going to be the next video, is preparing for it. And then across the weekend we are going to be completely installing this kit. It's going to probably be a couple of videos. But yeah, as I said, I don't mind taking my time with it. I do not want to damage anything up there. Plus, I also want to polish a little bit of the stuff that's there as well. So yeah, there you guys have it. The RX-7, hopefully the last time she will ever be overheating. I'm pretty, like 99% sure that this is going to solve all of her issues. Whew, I am stoked. Righto guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all later. Peace.